Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief Show. I am your host, Jenny. Today, we've got some lively updates from around the city. First up, the Hong Kong Carer Hotline, operated by Tung Group of Hospitals, has been a real hero, handling nearly 100,000 calls since September 2023. It's a lifeline for caregivers needing emotional support, respite care, or financial help. Due to high demand, plans are underway to expand its capacity, so more stressed-out caregivers can get the help they need. Please stay tuned for more details. Next, we've got some commuter frustrations to share. The Tseung Kwan MTR line has been plagued with repeated malfunctions, causing delays during rush hour and long queues. Despite adjustments and alternative routes suggested by the MTR Corporation, disruptions persisted, leaving passengers quite annoyed. It's a reminder that even our trusty transit system can have its days. And finally, beware of fake news circulating online. There's a hoax website claiming Hong Kong residents will receive income from taxes, quoting Finance Secretary Paul Chan. The government quickly debunked it, urging everyone to stay vigilant against online scams. Please continue to watch for more in-depth stories. The South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong's Carer Support Hotline, operated by Tung Group of Hospitals, has shown remarkable growth since its inception in September 2023. With nearly 100,000 calls received in just under 2 years, this 24-hour service has become an essential lifeline for overwhelmed caregivers. Staffed by over 100 social workers across 30 lines, the hotline provides vital emotional support and facilitates referrals to respite centers and other welfare services. Heartwarming stories emerge from callers like Mrs. Lam, who, after a harrowing week caring for her elderly mother with mobility issues, was able to access respite care and finally enjoy a peaceful night's sleep, thanks to swift intervention. Similarly, Mrs. Leung, debilitated by her own health issues, received timely assistance that allowed her family member with Parkinson's disease to be transferred to a care center, alleviating her anxieties. The support team not only arranges transportation allowances and in-home respite services but also maintains follow-up calls for high-risk cases, emphasizing a comprehensive approach to caregiving challenges that are increasingly pressing in Hong Kong. Meanwhile, frustrations mount among MTR commuters on the Tseung Kwan line, as reported by the South China Morning Post. Repeated signaling equipment failures have caused significant delays during rush hours, with service disruptions first confirmed at 7:49 a.m. and ongoing issues leading to overcrowded platforms and stranded passengers. Commuters like Peter Chung expressed annoyance at the recurrence of such malfunctions, which seem to undermine the reliability of Hong Kong's transit system. Alice Young criticized the MTR's inconsistent response, questioning the logic behind diverting passengers to alternate lines without clear guidance or effective shuttle services, especially during morning peak hours. The chaos at Yaotong Station, where trains were delayed for over 15 minutes and some arrived empty, epitomizes the frustrations faced daily. These incidents highlight the urgent need for the MTR to improve infrastructure resilience and communication, as Hong Kong's vital transportation network struggles to keep pace with the city's bustling demands. In a separate effort to combat misinformation, the South China Morning Post debunks a viral online claim falsely asserting that Hongkongers will receive monthly income payments of up to 27,500 Hong Kong dollars funded by taxes. The fabricated report, mimicking the style of a legitimate Post article and falsely attributed to Hong Kong's Financial Secretary Paul Chan Imopa, was circulated on an external website with misleading branding and an unrelated URL. The real office of Chan Imopa confirmed the claim was entirely false, and police have been alerted to investigate the hoax. This incident echoes previous cases of deepfake videos and fake news targeting Hong Kong officials, illustrating the growing challenge of online misinformation. The Post's fact-checking initiative underscores the importance of vigilance in discerning credible information amid an era where social media and AI tools can easily spread falsehoods, potentially impacting public trust and financial stability. The South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong stocks have surged to a three-year high, buoyed by a rally in Wall Street driven by robust U.S. consumer data and strong corporate earnings. The Hang Seng Index climbed 1.3% to 24,806.48, its highest since February 2022, with the tech sector leading the charge, gaining 1.8%. Meanwhile, mainland China's CSI 300 and Shanghai Composite Indexes also saw modest gains, with e-commerce giants Alibaba and JD.com posting notable increases. U.S. markets closed at record highs, fueled by resilient consumer spending, declining unemployment, and positive economic indicators. Asia-Pacific markets showed mixed results, with Australia's S&P ASX 200 rising, while South Korea's Kospi dipped slightly and Japan's Nikkei remained steady. In another story, South China Morning Post highlights Bowtie Life Insurance's successful third funding round, raising $70 million from existing shareholder Sun Life. This marks the largest funding effort since its 2018 inception, amid a booming Hong Kong stock market that has surged over 22% this year, making it one of the top performers globally. The city's vibrant IPO activity and investor enthusiasm for Chinese tech stocks and digital assets have fostered a fertile environment for startups and virtual companies like Bowtie, which operates exclusively online but also maintains physical clinics and a customer service cafe. Bowtie plans to use the funds to deepen AI integration, expand healthcare services, and grow its staff, exemplifying how innovative virtual insurers are gaining trust and market share in Hong Kong's digital economy. South China Morning Post also details Swatch's rebellious new No Rules collection, which boldly challenges traditional Swiss watchmaking with 5 daring summer designs. These watches feature provocative statements like "Do whatever the you want and time is not money," displayed in graffiti-inspired fonts and neon colors, embodying a spirit of anti-authoritarianism and youthful defiance. The collection's standout models, such as Lash Out and Blank Check, combine edgy aesthetics with innovative materials like biosourced glass and lightweight bioceramic cases, emphasizing contemporary relevance and sustainability. With playful, rebellious slogans and vibrant designs, Swatch's latest collection champions freedom of thought and action, inviting wearers to express their individuality and break free from conventions. The South China Morning Post vividly depicts the struggles faced by mainland Chinese children settling in Hong Kong, highlighting the emotional and educational challenges they encounter. Sophia Tung, a 12-year-old from Wuhan, vividly recounts her feelings of confusion and isolation when she first arrived, overwhelmed by the language barrier and unfamiliar classroom environment. The article emphasizes that these children, many of whom come from elite backgrounds and are top earners, often find it difficult to secure spots in Hong Kong's highly competitive top-tier schools due to limited availability. Parents, eager to provide their children with a more balanced and less stressful education, frequently face frustration and anxiety over school placements, especially for older children nearing secondary school. Despite these hurdles, children like Sophia adapt quickly once they overcome initial difficulties, benefiting from government-supported orientation programs and the proactive efforts of parents and school officials. Emotional issues such as homesickness, loneliness, and the impact of being separated from parents who travel frequently are also prevalent, but many children show resilience and a willingness to learn, gradually integrating into their new environment and forming meaningful relationships. The South China Morning Post also explores the emerging sports scene in Hong Kong, focusing on the development of air badminton as a promising new avenue for athletic achievement and international recognition. Former national player Vincent Wong Wing-Ki emphasizes the importance of embracing innovative sports that can elevate Hong Kong's standing in global competitions. Air badminton, a variation played outdoors with different equipment, offers a fresh, accessible, and entertaining alternative to traditional badminton. Wang highlights that because the sport is still in its exploratory phase worldwide, Hong Kong has a unique opportunity to quickly develop expertise and possibly gain early success, especially since the sport's rules and environment favor unpredictability and inclusivity. He advocates for increased participation and cooperation, noting that the sport's outdoor nature and different gameplay dynamics, such as wind influence and serving strategies, make it appealing and distinct. Wang's enthusiasm underscores a broader vision for Hong Kong to leverage emerging sports to foster local talent, boost international competitiveness, and diversify its athletic landscape. The South China Morning Post details the rising tensions and safety concerns surrounding Japan's relations with China, especially in the context of espionage and diplomatic friction. The arrest of a Japanese employee in Beijing on espionage charges has sparked widespread anxiety among Japanese citizens and businesspeople, leading many to reconsider travel plans or even leave China altogether. Tokyo's government has expressed its concern over the lack of transparency in China's legal proceedings and the vague wording of anti-espionage laws, which many perceive as broad and arbitrary. This climate of suspicion is further fueled by violent attacks on Japanese nationals, including assaults and stabbings, which have heightened fears for personal safety and the safety of families living in China. As a result, the number of Japanese residents in China has sharply declined, and business operations have been affected by the perceived risks. Many Japanese academics and professionals now adopt cautious or avoidant behaviors, with some suggesting that Japan might consider enacting similar espionage laws as a retaliatory measure, further complicating bilateral relations. Overall, the article paints a picture of growing distrust and uncertainty, with tangible impacts on travel, expatriate communities, and diplomatic ties between the two nations. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong's follow-on fundraising market is poised to maintain its momentum, fueled by the strong capital demands of mainland Chinese companies and an international shift of investment towards Chinese assets. The market saw a record-breaking $83.9 billion raised in 2021, with significant activity continuing into 2024, as companies seek to expand and fund R&D. Notably, the ongoing A2H IPO trend, where mainland firms list in Hong Kong through H shares, has created abundant opportunities for listed firms to bolster liquidity via share placements and convertible bonds. Giants like BYD and Xiaomi have recently raised billions to support overseas expansion and innovation, demonstrating Hong Kong's vital role as a gateway for Chinese tech and industrial firms to access global capital amid geopolitical complexities. Despite some market volatility, industry experts remain optimistic, emphasizing Hong Kong's resilient liquidity and depth that attract international investors, including sovereign wealth funds and hedge funds, which are increasingly returning to the market after years of subdued interest. The South China Morning Post also details the cultural and culinary significance of chung fun, a beloved Hong Kong staple that traces its origins back to ancient China, possibly as far as the Tang dynasty. This silky rice noodle roll, often filled with barbecued pork, shrimp, or beef, is celebrated for its delicate texture and versatility, served with a variety of sauces and toppings. Modern chefs employ sophisticated techniques, such as soaking and grinding rice to craft the perfect batter, then steaming it to achieve the ideal thinness and translucency. Variations include fillings, stir-fried versions with XO sauce, and regional styles across Southeast Asia, like Malaysia's Chichong Fun, which incorporates shrimp paste and is served with diverse sauces. The dish's history and craftsmanship highlight its cultural importance, making it a symbol of Hong Kong's culinary heritage, enjoyed from street stalls to high-end restaurants worldwide. Meanwhile, the U.S. House Committee has raised alarms over Chinese influence in Panama's strategic ports, specifically the Panama Canal, which is crucial for global shipping. In a letter to Panama's maritime authorities, Congressman John Molinar expressed concern over Chinese state-owned companies, such as China COSCO Shipping, potentially gaining control over key port concessions at Cristobal and Balboa, operated by CK Hutchison Holdings. The U.S. fears that such control could jeopardize national security and undermine sovereignty, especially amid ongoing legal disputes and investigations into the original port concession deal, which critics argue lacked transparency and violated constitutional principles. The controversy is intertwined with broader geopolitical tensions, as the U.S. seeks to counter China's expanding influence in the Americas, with recent moves by Panama, such as ending participation in China's Belt and Road Initiative, reflecting a strategic shift aligned with Washington's interests. The dispute over port control exemplifies the intense competition for influence over critical infrastructure in the region, with implications for global trade security. The South China Morning Post vividly recounts the story of Casey Hill, a multifaceted artist whose career has been marked by both musical innovation and personal upheaval. Known for her genre-blending music that traverses pop, country, and folk, Hill gained early fame through her collaboration with Travis Scott on the hit 90210. Despite her initial association with hip-hop influences, she has since distanced herself from that chapter, emphasizing her growth and independence through candid TikTok videos and her recent musical projects. Her journey from a model touring with Kanye West to an independent artist reflects her resilience and evolving artistry. Hill's personal life, notably her heartbreak and subsequent artistic rebirth, inspired her upcoming album Bug, a nod to her childhood nickname and her love of nature, which she now channels into gardening and a bug-inspired apparel line. Her story is one of transformation, demonstrating how she turned emotional pain into creative expression, and how her perspective on success has matured from external validation to appreciating organic growth and self-discovery. The Independent details the viral craze surrounding Labubus, the mischievous, fong-toothed characters designed by Hong Kong artist Kazing Leung. These quirky figures, originally inspired by Nordic folklore, have exploded in popularity as fashionable bag charms, with TikTok videos and celebrity endorsements fueling their rise. The demand is so fierce that rare Labubus are resold for over £1,000, with some fetching astonishing prices like $150,000. Pop Mart, the main producer, has capitalized on this trend through limited drops, live TikTok sales, and exclusive physical stores, including a new flagship on Oxford Street. The allure of Labubus lies in their maximalist appeal, bright, playful, and adding a pop of personality to luxury accessories, making them coveted collectibles among fans of K-pop icons like Lisa from Blackpink and Rihanna. However, the market is riddled with counterfeit versions, prompting collectors to scrutinize packaging details and official markings. The trend's popularity extends beyond mere accessories, with options to rent these dolls for a few pounds a day, reflecting their status as both fashion statements and playful, collectible toys. The South China Morning Post also reports on a serious controversy involving a law student at the University of Hong Kong who used AI tools to create and store over 700 pornographic images of female classmates. The student, who has expressed deep remorse and voluntarily withdrawn from an overseas exchange program, faces ongoing scrutiny as HKU emphasizes that their initial disciplinary actions are not the final resolution. The case has sparked widespread criticism, with victims demanding more substantial accountability and legal experts questioning whether current laws sufficiently address the act of AI-generated illicit imagery. The university's investigation highlights the broader societal and legal challenges posed by AI technology, with government officials calling for stricter regulation and moral education to prevent future misconduct. Amidst these developments, the case underscores the urgent need for robust legal frameworks and institutional measures to balance technological innovation with the protection of individual rights and privacy. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email,